Welcome to a very foggy Sunday here in the harbor, right next to my studio. Today's plan is very simple. It's Sunday, I got the entire day in front of me, no moving, no constructing, nothing else besides sitting in the studio, making music, and on top of that, answering all of your music production questions, as many as I can. So, let's go. What a beautiful day, honestly. Like, just having the entire day to make music and nothing else, that's like my dream come through. True? Man, my English sucks. Anyways, let's start with the questions. Whoa, way too many. How to start up as a music producer, a starting guide for beginners. A guide for beginners to start making music. I think, first of all, like, just get a DAW to start producing music. Nowadays, most DAWs have like everything you need in there. Watch a bunch of tutorials to figure out how it works. Start making your first own music. Of course, it helps a lot if you can already play an instrument. If you can't, then you have to at least learn a little bit of music theory. It's boring, but it's really necessary. Without knowing music, there's no way you're gonna produce music. So that would be the beginner's guide. The first 2 steps: get a DAW, learn music, then learn mixing, mastering, sound designing the next 3-4 years, then another 4-5 years learn how to actually make good music, songwriting, melodies, chords, like to perfection, to actually make something that is worth it. And then good vocals if you want to be like bigger, successful, because let's be honest, most songs that are successful have vocals in them. And then also the entire business part, getting to know the right people, just grinding and grinding and grinding, and you'll eventually end up like 12 years later where I'm at right now, which is, for me, perfect. I got everything I ever wished for, but I'm still far away from being like superstar DJ producer. So it's hard. It takes a lot of effort. How many languages do you speak? I speak German, English a little, like French and Spanish. I had both 3 years in school, but it doesn't really count. And Hebrew. It's pretty okay. How hard was it to switch from underground style to commercial? It never felt like a switch to me, to be honest, because like I think my music in the core didn't change. I'm still making club influenced music, so 4 to the floor, a straight drum beat, bass, and some chords. And the only thing that changed is that I'm getting better and better vocals because I'm advancing more. I make better music. That's why better singer and songwriters want to work with me together. So that's actually the only thing that changed. And I always wanted to work with vocals, even at the very beginning, but I just didn't have the money to pay someone. And to be honest, my music was just too bad for anyone to even want to sing on top of my instrumentals. What are the best ways to get top DJs to play my music? In general, like either you release with a big label and they will do it for you because they know all of the big DJs, or you make a song that is so good that it just goes like big on Beatport and every DJ plays it. Or you send it out to other DJs that are on the same level, DJs you might get to know from going to parties, connecting, socializing, writing them, and this way. I mean, most big DJs have like a promo email where you can send them songs, and if they like them, they will play them. How can I completely remove vocals from a song? I looked it up on YouTube, but nothing helped. To be honest, you can't. I mean, there are some tools that will remove some vocal. You could also flip the phase if you have like the song and the a cappella, but that doesn't really work always 100%. Like removing it completely doesn't work. How would you feel if your girlfriend left you for someone who makes big room? Oh god, like this could never ever happen because my girlfriend is so not into music, but yeah, big room, no. Where is your main source of income as a producer, audio engineer? So me personally, it's my music, the stuff that I release on Spotify is my biggest income source, but there are also like 10 other income sources that are smaller, but all in all together make up everything I do. So yeah, just do as much stuff as possible. I think the times are over where you just focus on one thing You have to be diverse when it comes to revenue streams. Every artist is touring, selling merch, licensing, royalties, deals with companies, like it's all happening. What would you recommend for beginner DJs, like what to learn first besides beat matching? I mean, if you can beat match and like do a simple mix transition, that's all you need, to be honest. So I think track selection, getting a feel for the crowd, informing yourself about the club where you want to play and what kind of music works there, and then the experience from one gig to another to know this song works then the best, and reuse your knowledge. So yeah, just go for it. Beat matching and then just go to the clubs. That's the only way to actually learn. How was your feeling to perform for the first time ever in front of people? Yeah, it was again a youth club. I don't know, because I started like the first half hour, no one was really there, so it didn't feel like a whole lot of pressure. But nowadays I love it. I mean, I don't mind. I'm not like nervous. I'm just like happy and excited and just looking forward to it. Is compressing the only way to glue your drums? No, definitely not. It's more the last resort if there's no other way to make them work. I would first of all select the right samples. If you go for a funky house beat, then take a snare that sounds funky. Take a kick that is a little bit higher in frequencies that sounds live and funky. If you make a techno beat, use old school 808, 909 kind of sounds. That's the best way to make your drums glue together if they're like naturally from like the same source or a similar source. That always makes them work. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Oh wow. In 10 years. Honestly, I'm so happy with what I'm doing. I'm making music for a living. There's nothing I would love to change actually. Like I just do what I like and it works. I mean, that's the happiest place you could ever be at. I think the only thing would be more touring again, but it's complicated. I'll explain it maybe in another video. Can you do more music production tutorials? Maybe. I don't know, I get so bored making these type of videos because I did them for the last 3 years, so I didn't feel like making full only tutorials. First of all, I want to be able, when I'm here in the studio, for example today, where I have the entire day to make music, to concentrate on that and not have to film it. Then my music is now being like also sold to other labels, so I'm not even allowed to play my own music here in these videos. I have to get approval, and since the songs aren't finished and not like released on the label, there is not even someone to get approval. So by filming and showing you my recent productions, I'm making it a lot harder for me to actually find a label for them. And in the past years, I've made so many tutorials. I've made like 5 tutorials on how to EQ kicks, 5 tutorials on how to sidechain. Like I've done everything. Like all of my music production knowledge is here on this channel. So if you want to know anything, just like you can search right on my channel for mastering, mixing, everything. It's there. How long does it usually take to finish a song? Whew, this can vary. It could be best case 15 to 20 hours, worst case 100 and plus. It really depends on how things are going, how many versions you do, how satisfied you are with the vocals, the sample selection. Really, there's a lot of stuff possible, but I'd say if you go over 200, you're definitely like doing something wrong and should maybe just switch to another song. Was it hard to start your music career? Yes. Like if you mean with music career, like making money with it, yes, it's super hard. Starting to make music is easy, anyone can do it, but turning it into a job is probably the hardest I've ever done in my entire life, and I would never ever want to have to do it again because it's really painful. Have you ever ran out of motivation and stopped making music for a while? If so, how? I think so. Like I moved to Berlin for half a year, and in Berlin I didn't make a lot of music. I was just there to connect, party, everyday party. Berlin is crazy. Every day there is something, someone inviting you. It was amazing for connecting, getting to know the right people, and it definitely helped my career a lot. But like making music, being creative, a lot less. There was just too much crazy party. How do artists get paid when they release a track on a record label? the label pays you. They make a statement every half year, every quarter, depending on the contract, and they just send you the money. Or that's at least what they should do, but some of them don't do it. It's weird. How are you? Thanks a lot for asking. It's still like shoulder, neck, huge pain. Tomorrow, Monday, first thing, to the doctor and like, I don't know, getting an injection or something. How's your laptop doing? It's doing fine. It's now a shaker actually. Best headphones to DJ. I personally say the Sennheiser HD25, my personal favorites, but there are like 10 other headphones that are also good. Just get them, test them out, see for yourself if they work. But the HD25s, they're lightweight, have enough pressure, enough bass, and have like fake leather, so if you're sweating, it's not that nasty. I really like them and never had a problem with them in the past 6-7 years that I'm owning them. Are you upgrading your studio setup to the Denon SC6000? Maybe. Probably. Hopefully. I don't know. I'll share it when I get them. I don't know. Expensive, but good stuff. So I think that wraps it up pretty much. Thanks a lot for all of your questions. If you're interested to follow along my life as a DJ and producer, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see us tomorrow again for another vlog episode. Mondays are usually fun, so definitely tune in.